And we're back here once again with another episode of the Iron Man podcast, episode 601. Actually, it's going to be another rendition of Saturday Smackdown where we're going to get butt naked and start wrestling each other. And Dave Bautista is the greatest wrestler of all time, next to John Cena. And then it's The Rock. Fight me, the trinity of movie actors.
No, greatest wrestler of all time is Eddie Guerrero. Come on, man. Get your shit right.
Peacemaker versus Black Adam. Let's make it happen, everyone. Let's do it.
Andre the Giant, motherfuckers.
Ric Flair. Come on, man. Ric Flair.
Woo! Back when John Cena was really, really big in wrestling, everyone thought he was Goku. So he started doing those. His name is John Cena. He was just going.
You know, it's funny. Every time I get a link from this man, I do the Ric Flair. I'm like, woo! When I start doing the strut. Actually get to hang out with my friends tonight. Holy shit. MSK don't know who Ric Flair is because he's not that cultured.
Oh, here is the tweet that we're going to talk about in just a moment here, because a lot of people have been sharing fake tweets regarding like Eric and other people. Guys, it's so easy to tell if they're fake. Literally, just go to the website and not even see what's there, unless the Ribiverse account on Twitter literally puts it out, then I wouldn't trust anybody else putting it out, because why would Eric allow a person that's not working for their company put out a link for a new sale? It's so easy to tell if they're fake. Come on, guys. I know you're smarter than that out there. Just don't fall for that shit. It's so easy, honestly. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's so simple not to fall for that trash. Come on.
I just read the tweet that you posted in chat. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I thought that's actually not fake. People are like, wait, is that fake? And people have been parroting on fake tweets for Eric and MBS for a bit.
Once again, I still don't understand how he can be complaining about Eric being miserable and that his comics are underperforming when this motherfucker can't even get his own shit out. Like, come on.
It's actually insane.
You have no right now. You have no room to talk, you fat lard. Shut the fuck up and finish your book, and then we'll allow you to open your mouth. God.
I'll still pose the question: what's going to be released first, Winds of Winter or the next Cyberfrog?
She just posted a comment. She said it's not going to work. Well, let me change my mic. Yet, damn.
Oh, damn. I'll miss you, just like my dad. Wait a minute. Maybe she'll get it working, and she'll come and be like, "Oh my God, MSK, I love you so much. You're a hot, good-looking man and rich. You can sweep me off my feet and give me dinner."
You don't even have a bed to put.
I have a bed.
No, you don't.
It's inflatable. He just puts it away during the day. I mean,
okay. To be fair, we can have sex on the floor.
He stuffs it in the TV box when he's done using it.
Why would I stuff a girl in the TV box?
What?
He shoves his date in the TV box?
No, his bed, his inflatable bed, not this date.
If you shove your date in the TV box, you probably need the cops called on you. Just saying, you might be a weirdo.
Well, doesn't it have like a made in Japan tag on it? So that would be a pro.
She's made in China.
She said not even in your dreams.
She's capping. A lot of girls say that. A lot of girls want 10-inch BBCs inside them. Well, I have 8 inches.
I guarantee you know, the people who constantly talk about their cock size probably don't have 10 inches, buddy. I'm just saying.
I'm black. It's big by default.
No, not really.
That's the stereotype. What are you talking about?
That's not the exception for everyone.
You're actually on crack. You're not living in black stereotype land like I am.
I'm sorry. I don't look at everybody and go, "You're a stereotype. You're a stereotype. You're No, I don't walk around doing that. If I did, I wouldn't be working in the hood.
God. Well, anyway, that's a great way to start the show off.
Is it wrong to question people though and say, why must you be a stereotype?
Well, it's like the stereotype that all black fathers leave their kids. No, I know a lot of black people who want to. I know a lot of black dudes that really want to be in their kids' lives, and you know what? They're great fucking parents, man.
Yeah, the black dads that are in their kids' life, which is very rare and not common, are going to be great dads. I just didn't have that.
There's a guy at my work who's literally working like 4 jobs just trying to support his kids. Like instead of him
That's real
leaving,
shit, yeah.
his fucking girl is the one that left. He's taking care of the kids.
Really? Yeah. No
Yeah.
one talks about that. There are moms that leave their kids too. They
Yeah.
just go and they just go to drinking or partying or doing whatever horror stuff they're gonna do. Just goddamn. MSK is definitely racist and cringe. I'm not cringe. What are you talking about? God damn. See, she thought she was gonna come on and roast me. No, I'll just roast her. And then she'll be like, oh my god, it's so big.
Now, if you got a bed and put a TV up, you probably wouldn't be racist.
she said it looked very lonely in here. I'm like, lady, I have a TV and I have a bookshelf and a bed and 2 desks.
You know, in his defense, I will say he's not the one with a shower behind him.
Hey, but on the plus side, that that TV's in pristine quality. It hasn't left the box yet.
Oh, I have a funny post about it coming up very soon. I just thought of it right before I came inside the door after I got back from the gas station.
Wait, you came in the door? What the fuck?
Well, that's how you come inside your house, right? You come inside the door. How else did you come in through the windows? You come into your...
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I dukes a hazard into my apartment right through my bedroom window.
That's crazy. God. Well, yesterday was Friday the 13th, so happy horror day for everyone that likes horror movies. My favorite Friday the 13th movie is always going. Wow.
Happy horror day. Huh?
It's not true. That's not true. You're gonna love all of that stuff on your face after we're done having sex.
Oh, dude, stop! You don't say that to people. What do you
Riz? That's Riz. What are you talking about?
That's sexual harassment. What are you doing?
Not necessarily. No.
What are you, not necessarily.
Have you read this chick's books? Have you read the descriptive stuff that's in that book that she's told me that she's writing? I didn't know she wrote books. She definitely does, and there is some interesting stuff in those books. Let's just say that the protagonist is certainly one of the people of all time. Let's just say that.
Well, what are the books about? Like, first of all,
there's certainly some of the books ever written. Let's just say.
Tell me what they're about.
She is a nut job. These books are written for adults.
Some of the greatest authors of all time are nut jobs. What are you talking about?
She writes interesting stuff for adult people, not like us. We're like too young for that stuff, honestly. You know,
I'm a grown man. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
we're all grown here.
Oh yeah. Well, what she wrote scarred me. It made me do things in my brain that I was unthinkable.
In your brain.
Kage is a gay hermaphrodite incubus. See, that's the protagonist starting off immediately.
Wow.
But I asked her if it's a hermaphrodite, it could play on both, but she said it plays on more of being a guy. Huh. So he has a vagina too? So theoretically, if he wanted to have sex with men, would that make it gay?
Now, is it a book or is it a comic?
That's a written book.
Oh, okay.
Novel, essentially.
All right, novel. Okay.
Wait, so if you're a hermaphrodite and you are gay and you're attracted to dudes, and you have a vagina, if the gay guy fucks you, does that make him straight?
I don't know. Drunken does it?
I don't know.
I'm not well versed in this topic.
I'm not well versed in
really give a cognitive answer.
I'm just pointing out the answers that we all wanted to talk about. You know, I just pointing out the direct talking points of what we want to talk about. Just saying, you know.
Speaking of that, weren't we going to roast EVS? Like, what was?
Yeah. So speaking of gay sex, which I would never have because I'm not gay at all, and I have sex with women, obviously.
All right, you closeted homo.
And
so
I just
away from Mpox.
Yeah, we're not that. God damn. Apparently, women watching gay sex is a turn on for them. They love when men get dominated, especially not like the real flamboyant gay ones. Like they like the tango. They want the pretty boy ones getting dominated.
Chick, he's always having to defend his own sexuality on this stream. He can't stop talking about it.
No, I just, man, Who's this girl I was just talking to? She let me feel on her butt, and I was like, "Wow, this feels great."
Nate, stop projecting.
Quit making me expose myself, okay? I don't appreciate it.
Hey, I can't help it that I'm a Riz master. What are you talking about? Or a Jizz master?
Do you want to get banned off YouTube again?
I'm YouTube loves me. I've already sold my soul to Joe.
We're already in MSK season 2. Or are we about to get MSK season 3?
All right. So last time we talked about Mr. Creepy Van Driver.
Driver?
I'm still gonna release that video where he was revealing he was trying to cancel Eric July behind the scenes. I have to just edit out the part that Nate called him a fraggot, not the other word, a maggot. I had it done, and then my editor needed an update. My actual editing video software had to take an update, so that file was corrupted, and I still have the podcast. I got to go in there and clean that part up. But other than that, so he's still been spurging out. There's probably about 100 trash casts this fucking loser has done at this point, you know. And people have been parroting like fake tweets from EVS and Eric for like the past week or two. And I will say this: don't do that, because that would get people in the wrong mindset on both people. I don't like EVS that much at all, but don't do fake tweets and then pass them off as real. But this is not fake. People say, how can you tell a tweet's not fake or real? You can go to it on the page unless they've deleted it. And if they deleted it, it will say this post has been deleted. That's how you can tell it was real. This is real. I can click on this and I can see it and I can scroll down in the thread. If it's a fake screenshot of a tweet that was fake, you can't click on it to get to this. It's that simple, okay? Like, it's not like rocket science here, people. So earlier this week, Eric July put out his next Rippaverse comic, The Horseman, which has been doing very well. Over, I think it's at 400K right now in sales, which is great.
That's pretty good.
And you know that this fucking fat loser is going to be coping and seething. Dean Cain, who previously portrayed Superman in Lois and Clark, My Adventures of Superman, is going to voice the Horseman in animation form if they can get enough members to fund episode 1, actually. And he has a tweet right here where it says, Eric July is miserable. That's already just like, okay, all right, man. Like what? No, you're miserable, you fat fuck. All of his comics are underperforming his expectations and hopes. Do you know what his expectations and hopes are? Seems like you know all those things, and he has to maintain a front. No, sounds like this projection. Oh my god, dude, what is this? He was supposed to be making 10 million per project by now.
Why do you
care? Whoever said that?
No one ever said that.
No one's ever said that.
One of the projects ever made was 3.7. Isam 2 made 2.7. And Alpha Core and Yaira were like 1.2, 1.5. No comic book on this planet will ever reach 10 million in sales. Manga can't even do 10 million in sales. Mangas are like in the 2 millions max.
But once again, this is just him self-projecting and coping. He's just mad because the black man is more successful than him. He's getting his comics out there to consumers, and his fat ass can't finish the same comic he's been working on for over 10 years. That's all this is. This is same old EVS bullshit. He was supposed to be making 10 million per project by now. What? Nobody said that ever.
No one has ever said that. No comic can ever hit 10 million in sales. Motherfuckers think about movies or some shit.
And I would be shocked. I would be honestly completely shocked if there was actual video of Eric actually saying this. Because
he said on stream,
he wouldn't set that. He would know that is
Eric said on stream, remember, that he knows not every project's going to hit like $1 million. We know that. The fact that 4 of them hit $1 million in the multi-million is crazy. After Yaira, none of them are going to be doing $1 million because obviously they weren't as name popular like Gooding. And the fact that the Horseman can get 400K is crazy. Then you've got Horseman, which is doing slightly better. I wish I could do slightly better and make $400,000 when I drop something. I wish I could do slightly better like that. A tiny uptick. And he doesn't even own the thing. He does. It's his company. Chuck and Joe created it, but it's under his company. Idiot.
This guy
doesn't own it. What the fuck? What are we reading?
It's like I said before, he really doesn't think before he types, does he?
Listen to the ramblings of a deranged idiot.
What are the comments saying Like, I'm curious.
Those are probably all his fans.
Usually it's his fans.
You're a miserable piece of shit.
Okay, except for the top.
I will say, okay, that one gets a like. Okay, gotcha.
It's the first one. You're a
miserable piece. Okay, all right. Okay, Taser Man, I got you, man. He said, "You had a great time on my show, and you love me." That sounds just gay as hell. Stop capping and fronting for these scumbags. There's no way.
That's the epitome right there. Is literally the epitome of Comicsgate and EVS. Right there in his comment.
I'm just pointing out right now the fact that this man is always telling people people are telling him, "Why are you always so obsessed with Eric July? Why are you always so?" I don't have a grudge against Eric July. Read that. Did that guy not seem like he has a grudge? This guy
I don't have a grudge. I only post
about him every single day. Every hour.
I only tweet about him like 12, 15 times a day. But I don't have a grudge.
I'm gonna make a comment about Eric.
But my comics.
Oh god, this guy named Jimmy Kebab or Coob.
Cobb. He
literally, oh my god, this is projection. He literally just needs to hire one good writer. Do you know who Chuck Dixon is?
No, because the guy responding clearly is not into comic books.
Yeah.
He just is going to say some stuff about what he thinks needs to happen, even though he has no idea who writers are, like you just said, Chuck Dixon.
Wait a minute. This might be
Chuck
the dumbest fucking comment ever. Okay.
I love how he said
stupid this is. Just read this slowly, and you know that Eric's hired Chuck Dixon, Saska's, Mike Barron, still pretty prolific. Joe Bennett's an artist, but you guys get my drift there. He literally just needs to hire one good writer. That guy, Chuck Dixon. Oh, the guy that created Tim Drake. People said you only know him for. He created Tim Drake, and he arguably wrote the best Tim Drake stories ever.
Yeah.
You mean that one good writer? That one good writer that was able to write SpongeBob episodes that we all remember from season 1? That one good writer?
I love EVS's comment under it. It says he's got no imagination. If he had no imagination, then how in the hell is he making all these comments? Right?
Look how dumb that comment is. He has no imagination. Why does the company even exist then?
It's a retarded concept. Tell that to all the money he's making and all the people buying his comics. Stupid.
He says a line art guy and an inker. Hold on.
You say inker, and it reminds me going back to Chasing Amy. Oh man, you're nothing but a tracer. Well, I want the person that actually drew Blunt Man and Chronic to sign my.
I don't usually do this with the books. I just grabbed Alpha Core randomly. Okay, he says he needs to get inkers. Okay, so pretty sure you guys have all the books too. There's inkers in every single book. It's on the table of contents in the beginning part of the fucking book. There's different people every time.
Hold on, MSK. What cover did you get?
For Alpha Core, this one. That was cover A.
I got this one.
You son of a bitch.
It's cool.
I thought I knew you. I thought I could trust you. Now I can't be your friend. No, I'm just kidding. He says, quit hiring all of these wannabe influencers. Which influencers?
Who is he talking
about?
Who is he talking about?
Just never happened.
Is he talking about Chuck Dixon? Is that who he's talking about?
Just never happened. Sorry. Give me one sec. I was fixing Society's mic really quick. And e-celebs and
nobody
start hiring
fixes my mic.
Says
Society.
He says quit hiring all these wannabe influencers and e-celebs and start hiring someone who is writing is good. Chuck, oh my god,
does Chuck Dixon writing be good and stuff?
Oh shit, the people behind Horseman are good artists, but he thinks Chuck is an artist. Chuck is a writer. There's no artist on Horseman. Joe Bennett is the artist.
That right there should tell you he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
This is a tourist. He thinks Chuck Dixon is an artist. That man couldn't draw for shit. He sure can write. He sure couldn't draw for shit. Probably.
Well, technically, aren't writers considered artists?
Oh, okay. Now he's doing that rap thing. Oh my god. Okay, EVS says Marvel and DC are healthier than Eric lets on. I'm done. Okay. Okay. Just a lie. Yeah, the comic book shops are doing so good right now. The ones that are constantly closing. You know those comic shops people keep talking about? Yeah, a lot of them are closing because they can't sell the product that Marvel and DC is giving them.
Actually, we just had 2 comic shops open up not too far away from me.
But you're
2 of
lucky. Damn.
Dude, there's a lot of customers. Like, they're all over fucking Facebook just posting about all the people that come in every single day.
It's
They
because
even
they've been
got
going around and buying the stock from other failed comic book stores at a discount. So
This
now it's
right
all back
here-
issue stuff that if they're wise, they're selling back issues.
I want to show you. This is the same issue I had with Vito, and it's the same issue I have with him. If comics are in such a dire strait as he says, why would you be focusing on anything indie related? People don't understand. Indie is like butt fuck nobodies outside of like, unless your indie comic book is under like Image or like, yeah, just Image. Honestly, you're literally just a nobody unless you're under them. If you're an indie creator,
EVS is lying in his description about himself. Click on it. Hover over his name when it pops up. Looks drama free.
Well,
Oh, hold on. I'll go to it again. There was another lie in there. Emperor of Comics.
that's just lying.
He's so far up his own ass. Like
I'm being completely honest here. Attacking indies makes no sense because indies don't really have an impact on anything. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's just the reality of it. Indie doesn't really impact anything based off like how much you have to like press into certain obstacles and get connections to get people to know you. Okay. It's much more worse what Marvel and DC would do on the market than what Eric would do. Nothing Eric does is going to matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to like saving comics, and I'm pretty sure that's not even his goal. Marvel and DC would definitely have their fair share making that happen on the industry to the point where comics can sell anymore. They literally don't sell right now, honestly. He says, I'm not sure what your goal is by attacking Eric July of all people. So many Marvel and DC hacks that are more deserving of your brutal wit. Sure, I can agree with that. Is this being done in the spirit of competition or just being petty for lesser reasons? He says, I mean, I've only explained it every single day for a year now. Dude, you are going after an indie comic book company that has no impact on anything. The Rippaverse, I like Eric and I like what people like. I like what it does. His company has no impact on anything. Like literally, it does nothing, right? Marvel and DC have a much bigger impact on comics and how people perceive comics because there's a thing literally called, I don't know, the Big Two for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing here? This thing, every day, this guy just spurgs out randomly, talking about Eric every single day, getting on his knees for him. He's probably taken Eric's dick so far down to his esophagus, he could probably suck dick better than porn stars at this point now.
I'm sorry. Are we still on this?
Oh, he's black.
Are we still on this whole Eric July Ethan thing? Like they haven't moved on yet. Like,
well, it's not really.
It's been a while.
It's more like an Ethan thing. Mostly.
Ethan is gonna be. He's the kind of guy that when he's finally on his deathbed, his last words are gonna be something along the lines of "fuck Eric and the Rippaverse." that's how far Eric and the Rippaverse just live rent free in his head, man. Like he will die. He will probably literally die on that bull hill just because he's got nothing else going for him, man. That this is literally all his life has amounted to, just being a fat fucking failure, watching everybody else pass by him.
Well, you know what was a fat failure for the industry? Borderlands.
Oh my god,
Borderlands. You know, I told you my last.
That was another piece of cinematic.
That was a piece of cinematic history right there.
It was right. The level is up there with Morbius.
The level is up there with Venom, The Last Dance that's coming out.
You know what was a big failure for the gaming industry recently? Concord.
Yeah,
he still got two people playing that game on Steam. Only 2 people.
Bro, I know I told people my last Borderlands video was talking about it on its week 2 performance. I know another more articles have come out about the box office end of it because after it failed in 3 weeks, the studio just threw it on digital and it's coming out on VOD very soon. And the industry people were like, well, maybe it might see that uptick in VOD purchases and digital. It's like, bruh, if you buy that digitally, I want a refund, honestly.
If you buy that, you probably actually have monkeypox. I'm just saying. Nobody is spending their money on Borderlands. If you are, you need to get yourself checked out. Just saying.
Uwe Ball.
Yeah, like that's the problem. $31 million. People have to factor in that they spent about how much marketing budget did the movie have? That had like 30 million.
They claim that it was only like 30 million, but I feel like for a movie of that level that they probably spend a little more. They just don't want to like fess up to it. But yeah, if their all in cost is like, let's say 160, 175, somewhere within that range, then this movie is a massive flop on a multitude of levels. Like they're probably going to end up losing nearly $200 million when it's all said and done.
Dude, the more these video game movies fail, the more the Mortal Kombat movie from the 90s is like, you know what? I'm glad you guys are fucking up because the more you do, the more I look like a rock star.
Mm-hmm. that one Mortal Kombat film from 1995 is still like light years ahead of so many other films that it's ridiculous at this point.
I know. It's so good to man. I need to get clips from that movie for the D&D streams. I need Shang Tsung going, "Your soul is mine." Like, dude, fucking awesome. Oh shit.
And then came out Annihilation, and then Annihilation was like, okay, now it's over.
No. We don't talk about the society. The movie doesn't exist. It's only got the best line of dialogue in cinematic history. Too bad you will die.
It's like, oh, riveting writing there.
Oh, no.
Not to mention that they literally recast like every role except for like Liu Kang. It was just like it's like a new Raiden, new Johnny Cage, new Sonya.
Dude, if you go back and rewatch it, the guy who's playing Shao Kahn in the movie looks like he's trying really hard not to fucking bust out laughing anytime he's on screen. That's how ridiculous this shit is.
I think halfway during the filming he realized, yeah, okay, my career's over. Like I'm never gonna recover from this. This is a career-killing performance.
I want to point out how bad the movie's performance was, because usually you would think the Borderlands movie would drive more people to play the video games, because like normies, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll go buy that game on like Steam or whatever, or maybe I purchased the physical copies on the consoles I have right now. Guys, the movie performed so bad they just announced the other video game, a sequel, Borderlands 4, and you ask yourself this: why did they just do that before? Why not just announce a Borderlands 4? Why do a movie then? I don't know what the movie I guess was supposed to be for, just to get the normies in, but you could have just did a Borderlands 4. You didn't do anything. You just wasted money for no reason.
That's extremely bad marketing. If you make a movie that flops, spend all that money, and the movie was supposed to be marketing for a brand new game, that's not really good.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good.
Dude, Gamer Chick just brought up MSK's favorite movie of all time.
Don't. No. No,
thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
If anyone who knows me for years, you know the worst movie of all time for me is the tie between Dark Tide with Halle Berry and Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler. Those are peak shit.
I watched.
Have you watched Dark Tide? Have you watched Dark Tide? That movie is dog shit.
I don't know, man.
There's not many movies on this planet where there's nothing good about it. There's nothing good about Dark Tide. It's
Jack and Jill is terrible, but it's not like
really bad.
It's not Little Nicky.
It's not even as bad. Jack and Jill isn't even as bad as That's My Boy. So that's not even like the worst Adam Sandler movie.
Dude, Little Nicky's the worst one in my opinion, dude. I hate Little Nicky.
Really, I didn't mind Little Nicky that much.
What was that one lottery ticket movie with like Ice Cube or some shit? Like Bow Wow.
I think it was literally called Lottery Ticket.
It was. That movie's bad. Yeah, that movie stunk. Woo. Mm-hmm. Aragon. I never watched Aragon or read the book.
I did.
So I wouldn't.
Dude,
okay.
Me and my cousins were obsessed with that movie when we were kids. But then again, this is probably a hot take, but I don't think the books that the movie's based on are that good anyway.
What about Soul Plane? Is anyone think Soul Plane's there? It's like one of the
Dude, Snoop Dogg gets so high in that movie that he dies.
Mm-hmm.
He just dies.
That's what
surely you can't be serious.
Oh my god. But basically anything that Tom Arnold was in outside of like True Lies has to be up there like the worst movie ever.
I don't think Aragon is. Now, I rewatched it a couple years ago. Visually, it's very pretty. Like the CGI and the special effects in it are pretty good. It's but really the only person who's leading that movie is Jeremy Irons as Brahm. He's really the only one that really gives shit.
Did you guys see the new recent quote from George R.R. Martin? So just a few weeks ago, this man said the reason why his new book hasn't been done yet was because he was just honestly too lazy, something along the lines, right? Then another quote comes out, and the other one today was, "Oh, I haven't really gotten it done because I had other things to do."
Mm-hmm.
Which is different from like a week ago, that the reason why he hasn't finished the book is because of the rise of fascism in America.
Yeah. Before that, it was like, well, he's like, I was no society was here when we were doing the episode with Tiny. We did the video. He was like, well, I couldn't finish it because there's so many people in America that are basically xenophobic and they don't want to accept immigrants. What does that have to do with you writing? You fucking fat loser. What the fuck? What does that have to do with anything? That's like a guy being like, I couldn't go watch this movie. Why? Well, my sister, like, she had sex with me, and then I couldn't get over her, and then she started butt fucking my friend. Like,
his translation, what? I can't finish my books. Why? The Mexicans.
Literally, he was like, I can't believe as a society we've gotten to the point where we don't accept immigrants because we were founded upon bringing over immigrants. I was like, George, if you look in the history of that, it wasn't really founding. It's more like they were trying to take over, but nevertheless, right? It's like, bro, just get your book done. I never read Game of Thrones. I only watched the first episode of the first season. It's just not my thing. But like, imagine giving that guy all these millions of dollars, all your watch hours of TV time. That guy made buttloads of money off the TV show with the deal that he signed with HBO of Max at the time. HBO was on HBO. Dude, this guy couldn't give two shits about you as a fan.
Really, overall, that goes back to the console wars to South Park. That anytime I hear the entry, the theme song to Game of Thrones, all I hear is South Park's take on it. Wiener, 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 wiener.
I don't know. Gamer Chick just brought up a point. She said it's okay to admit to have writer's block. He's got writer's block. I mean, I understand.
I'll be honest here. I don't think he does. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he does. I think the book's been done for a while. I think
really
it's not. Here's what I personally think. I thought about this for a good few years. I personally think the book is done. He doesn't want to release it because he knows potentially it is not as good as his previous work, and it's going to get more or less so lambasted by the fans. And keep in mind, back when he used to release books, it was a lot different, and criticism, how you heard about it, what was different and consumed it. Now criticism is way more spread out amongst like YouTube and social media platforms, and there's big places where there's book clubs and everything. Dude, that book's probably not as good as his previous work. That book's probably bad, for being honest.
I think it's also a matter of for him to finish the book series the way it needs to be. There's no way he's going to allow it can be brought out because he has put too many people around him would be upset with how characters act in the story.
Society sounds like he just watched someone get jackhammered through a table. Like, what the hell's going on?
It looks like this person got jackhammered through a table. I'll send it to you guys in private chat in a moment because you might not want to put that up on screen, but it's pretty gnarly. Ooh.
I don't like watching this stuff. Why do you guys send me the stuff to watch? It's horrible. I hate it.
It still can't be as brutal as someone getting a jackhammer from Goldberg, man.
Well, so the UFC is doing an event right now in Vegas right now, and one of the girls fighting on the show tonight looks like somebody just, yikes. It looks like somebody just put a second vagina on her face. That's what she looks like right now.
Whoa. And during this time of the month too. Yikes.
Ew. Yeah, that's even the fighter's like, oh God. It's like, yeah, someone's gonna need staples, not stitches, but staples. Jeez.
Okay, I don't want to watch that. That's disgusting. You're a sick person.
Where's it in the private chat? Did you?
I'll give you.
Gamer Chick says, I've had writer's block for a while and have been working on the same 2 chapters. Well, that's the thing. At least you're working on your stuff. And, technically, you have a bit more of a better, I would say, production quality at getting your stuff done than he does. Guys, that book's been in production from everything I've gathered from this dude. That book's supposed to be, is 20. The last Game of Thrones book was what, 2011? Guys, it's 2024. It's 2024 now. Do you really believe he hasn't had it done or hasn't sent like early drafts of it to people? He probably just is not as good anymore. That book probably is trash, if I'm being honest here. So, yeah, I just can't do it with someone like that. Just don't talk about that book anymore. Just shut your fat ass up and get it done, or just shut up about it. It's just
Know your role and shut your mouth.
After
God.
3,
But no, society, you got to do the whole thing. After 3 boring minutes, dude.
Mhm.
Jericho gave a whole spit, like one of the best promos in WWE history, and The Rock just buried him in like 2 sentences.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting sometimes that Game of Thrones books are very like big and meaty, like big. Like I love it in my mouth. I love big meaty things in my mouth. Obviously,
Remember,
but
guys, MSK is not a closeted homo. Remember that.
I have sex with women. And I love eating out vaginas. The thing
Sure you
here
do.
is like,
it's called.
do we believe?
It's ma'am.
It's me.
That's the thing. It's like, do we believe that this man hasn't written anything? Like he's did other things. Didn't he write the game called Elder Scrolls or whatever it's called? Didn't he write that? Of course he still can write. He's just God. He's what a piece of shit of a person. And maybe it's not bad. He's just a lazy fat fuck. That's what happens when you become fat and lazy. Damn, her tits are huge.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have in there. But yeah, so that's the giant gaping new face vagina that just opened up.
That's deep in there.
Let me look at
Yeah.
it. Hold on.
It's-
What the fuck happened?
She just got into a 15-minute fight with another girl who apparently busted her up pretty good.
How do you
no.
do that to a person with your fists?
Mm-hmm.
How? Did she hit her with a Kamehameha? or
I mean,
something
it looks like
that?
her brain is literally about to fall out of her skull. Like that's how it looks like. It's like, Jesus.
oh, God. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well,
Well,
you weren't lying about the second vagina part.
Yeah, it's like,
Well,
God.
outside of
Yikes.
Brings new meetings. So I'm gonna skull fuck you.
mm,
no.
like, sir, that's how you get infections.
Oh, God. That's how you get gangrene, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm,
Oh no.
Hey. I think I've skull fucked a few women before. Oh, they loved it.
yeah, sure
That-
you did.
That is false.
Why don't you guys
We just-
believe me?
Society, we just need to hook him up to that lie detector test that Mr.
Mhm.
America gave Vince McMahon.
Just watch it like beep like every 5 seconds. Like he doesn't even finish. He doesn't even finish his lie. Just goes.
Mr. America's like, "Are you the biggest asshole walking God's green earth, brother?" No.
Before he
It's like, yeah, no, I totally went to the store.
before he even responds.
I didn't jack off last night. Okay, I didn't jack off to the women.
It's like as he's thinking of the lie, it beeps him.
Whoa. I'm coming clean. I am not watching porn anymore. I stopped 2 months ago, actually. You know, I'm clean now.
No, we
I
don't
just
believe
use my imagination.
I don't drink anymore. I don't drink any alcohol anymore. Only beer. That same logic.
it. Mhm.
I guys, believe me, I've legit quit porn.
Oh, you expect us to believe that?
Yes.
No, wait. Every time
You're probably looking at it right now. Like you're not even looking at the screen for your own stream. You're probably looking at it like right now.
Actually, no. I have 2 Twitter tabs open, and I'm talking to you, cloud chasing fucks.
Every time he opens his mouth, we just need to beep him. From now on.
Oh, society. Since everyone wants
Mm.
to act Pikachu faced, what did you think about Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris that you already knew she was going to do anyway?
We've known this for several. She endorsed like Biden 6 years. Like everyone forgets that it was like 2018. Like she spoke out against like some Republican. I think it was like either a senator or one of the congresswoman out there in Tennessee, her home state. So she's been with the Democrats for at least 6 years now. Let's be honest. She's in Hollywood. She has no choice. Like she's a puppet, just like every other pop princess who's in Hollywood is a puppet too. So she's gonna quite literally do what she's told.
Wait, is this UFC stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't show that. Oh, we get blocked. You out of your mind?
Well, it's not video. It's just an image.
Oh, it's just an image?
Yeah.
Oh!
Quit fucking showing it.
Yep.
God, man.
That's deep.
I'm never looking at that ever again.
I'm really surprised you're not seeing brain. I mean, not seeing the actual bone.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like there's
how-
people who've been hit in the head with bricks who doesn't look that bad. It's like, how did you like?
I don't
Ooh.
think that almost reminds me of Cody Rhodes' fucking skin flap when he got cut up and at that one pay-per-view that one year in AEW. Do you remember that?
I don't remember. I'll have to be refreshed on that.
Well, I think he meant to cut himself a little bit with a razor, but instead of like cutting himself a little bit, he just went in way too deep, and like his fucking eyebrow was like hanging off his face. That's how fucking bad. That's why he's got that. That's why he's got that scar on his fucking head.
Dummy, yeah. Or it's like if you guys remember that old Eddie Guerrero JBL match from several years ago, where Eddie Guerrero cut himself way too deep and basically just blood starts squirting out of his head.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that probably contributed somewhat to his death, because cut that deep and losing that much blood, he probably should have been out for months, and he only came back like a couple weeks later. So pretty sure that didn't help matters.
Sorry, I'm messaging Selena. She's messaging me.
Mm-hmm.
Is she messaging me? Wait, not happening. Girls
she would
don't
have to like
you
you
guys.
in order to do that.
She's giving me updates about Iron Dude. Like it's nothing crazy. Come on.
Oh, okay. Dang it.
I'm sure.
As we all know, Nate's heart beats for Tiny. Not
yes.
Why are y'all?
Tiny obviously chooses. Tiny would obviously.
I'm not even going to comment.
Just pointing out here, she wants to get BBC'd, and that's just what I can do for her.
You ever made love on a wheelchair before?
Well, why would she be in a wheelchair? Her legs work, right? Her legs physically
do they though? Do they?
I've seen her walk. Yes. She can't walk very far distances.
Hey guys,
but they can work.
When your legs don't work like they used to. No,
yes, she can literally.
You're like, they work at least a 28% capacity, okay?
Ryan Cannell in Vegas thought Tiny couldn't walk. He was drunk and walked into her when she was sitting in her wheelchair. He was like, "Can you stand up?" And she was like, "Yes, I can stand up." And she stands up and just comes next to his face. He legitimately thought she was faking being in a wheelchair. The funniest shit ever, dude. Holy shit! No, Tiny. She uses the wheelchair, but she can walk. And
who started that narrative?
Tiny's just lazy. Let's call it what it is. She's just lazy, and she uses the perks. She doesn't want to like park away from the grocery store, so she sits in the little blue section and well, we know the grift. We get it.
Grift of parking in a disabled parking
handicap grift.
Wait, when she goes to the grocery, she gets on one of the motorized carts. That's how she gets her groceries.
I never asked her that. I think she would need to do that because there's no way she could survive unless it's less than. It can't be a certain amount of time. Like she was having her pain stir up when I was there, but she was kind of winking at me. She was giving me like the smoky eye. She was touching my hand a little bit. Wow,
lie detector.
Wow,
are you the biggest fucking liar walking God's green earth,
I was
brother?
sitting down. Her mom came next to me. And she came next to me. She's like, "Oh my god, Miss Kate, you're so rich, hot, and good looking." And her hand just went on my hand, doing that.
Translation: his mom walked in and pepper sprayed him immediately because thought he was a burglar.
I'm just saying. I was sitting down, and she did that spider crawl thing with that women do with their fucking hands.
Spider crawl? What are you talking about?
Just rolled into the house like, oh my god, some moolie just broke in, and he starts swinging with like a
oh god, I could just ask her mom, be like, "Hey, yo, your daughter's single. What it takes?" No, her mom would actually kill me. Her mom is actually very, very nice. She doesn't look like she's 70. I will give her mom that. She definitely looks like she's like in her 50s.
Like, hey, your daughter is single. You think I got a shot? And she just walks back in like a 357.
No, but Tiny's body was very, very good. Just saying. I got a chance to hug her. She was very, very soft.
Don't let her catch you saying that.
Why was she so soft? Why are women so soft?
Because they're women. They're supposed to feel like that stupid.
So we're supposed to feel hard, right?
We're the men. We're supposed to be rough around the edges, my guy.
Oh, crazy.
Be like, hey, girl, your legs may not work, but your booty is firm.
Wow. Wow.
I hope to God she doesn't see this. Oh my God.
Everything may not be working, but something's working back there. That's all that matters to me.
She does take, despite
I feel like
take
she's
very
gonna
good
come.
care.
She's gonna come to our houses and beat our asses. Like, what are you doing?
She was 2
Hey,
hours
I'm
away
on,
from
I'm
me.
on the 3rd floor, so I'm good.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I'm just saying. I've seen Tiny's body before. It looks fantastic. That
Tiny, if you're
great.
watching this, I'm not with these guys.
Who's
Okay.
this witty? I didn't say anything.
Or one morning, I'm just gonna like wake up with, like a bowl of cereal in my hand, and like Tiny's gonna be crawling up my stairs, crawling towards the door. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Who's getting a grudge? What the hell?
She looks like the grudge chick. Just,
I mean, they're just sitting there eating like a bowl of crunch berries, like watching this Jewish woman crawl up my
already-
stairs. It's like, what's going on?
We already put her on trial, and the first thing she had a problem is that we had it. She was a Jew. She loved Henry Cavill.
no, she's literally crawling at you, just going, ah.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sounds better than Venom 3.
Oh no.
No.
Tiny,
Venom
if you're
3 will
watching
be
this-
one of the movies ever made. I promise.
Am I the only person that's super fucked up? Am I the only person that's super mad that they actually have the balls to try and include Noel in this shit? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, they already ruined Carnage, so they might as well try to ruin Noel too.
Dude, I've read. Hold on. Oh, there goes.
Do you have
another
that?
book.
I never read that story I never read Venom by Donny Cates, so I don't know.
Dude, Donny Cates' Venom run is really fucking good, dude. I've read the
I
whole
have heard good
King of
things about
Black
it.
story, and dude,
Okay.
that is Noel is a character. He's like Thanos. That's a Thanos level threat. You don't just introduce him in Venom 3 and they're like, oh, Venom's gonna fight him. No, there's a lot more that's gotta happen before you could just bring Noel in like that, my guy. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Once again, Sony has no fucking clue what they're doing at all.
It's almost like they put DEI hires in place to be their creatives
Well,
and don't know what the hell to do and don't have any experience or talent.
Well, now it's coming out that supposedly he's being played by Norman Reedus. What? I'm sorry. When I think Noel, God of the Symbiotes, the literal God of the Abyss, I don't think Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. What are you fucking doing? What are you doing? Sony's lost their mind. They've lost their fucking mind. I tried to give them the benefit of a doubt when they did the first Venom movie. I tried to give him the benefit of a doubt with Morbius. That didn't work out too well. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go watch Madam Web and laugh at it. But now I'm just fucking done. Like, anything they do after this, I can't. I fucking can't anymore. It's stupid. Like, they just need to stop what they're doing. And at least I can give Marvel a little bit of respect in the fact that they would probably do Venom justice a little bit, but Sony needs to fucking quit while they're ahead.
Like, I have heard good things about that run specifically. And people know about comics. I don't know everything, obviously. I know a lot. I don't know everything. And, there are certain runs that I have to, buy and read. You said the King in Black. Let me go on Amazon and see what it is.
King in Black.
And to be
But
perfectly honest,
I've
Nate,
never
I
read
disagree.
anything Venom related ever.
But the thing
Like,
is,
Nate, they're not Marvel. If Sony wasn't involved with it and it was Disney Marvel that took Venom would be a woman.
yeah,
Guaranteed, hands down, it would be a woman.
But here's the thing: before you can even bring Nolan, you have to do shit like Absolute Carnage. Oh, but you can't because you killed off fucking Carnage. Well, actually, no, wait.
Carnage is dead.
Actually, you could, because this story does involve them bringing Carnage back from the dead in some way. So do Carnage, do Absolute Carnage, and then if you want to bring Nolan, do that shit. But I'm just saying, like that is. No, go ahead.
No, sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's that book you have. It's called the Venombius by Cates and Stegman, right? It collects Venom 2018 issues 1 through 35, right?
Yeah.
Oh, King in Black. Oh, that's this one.
King in Black. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if this is in a whole series. Okay, I'm just making sure. So I hate buying stuff out of order. Holy shit.
Just like you hate watching movies out of order.
I really do. My brain at this point, I gotta be at the very beginning. I gotta see this franchise's beginnings. See, the thing is, if I wasn't there at the beginning, I can't be there. If I'm not there for your rough parts, I can't be there for your peaks. Just saying.
Yeah,
King of Black Omnibus. Wait, show me how big that book is.
It's a big fucking book.
Show it, like put it up on the screen.
That's pretty thick.
Damn, it's 1,000 pages. Like
man, that's thick. That's way thicker. Wow.
Wow, fuck. Damn. That's a big old book.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you pay for it? I think it's like
it was like I think I paid
$70, right?
It was somewhere around 90 or 100, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably about $100.
If you bought it off Amazon with tax, it'd probably be like 90. Unless you have Prime would be like 80.
I got Prime.
Okay, so it probably was like, yeah, you're right. Okay, you can get a very good one used. I'll just get it when I get paid then. No. If you ever buy an omnibus used, you're retarded. You're actually stupid.
I don't
buy
used
a book like that used.
I don't.
The
buy
only place I go
omnibus.
and I buy used books is actually from a used bookstore that I can actually see the quality of it beforehand.
Dude, my Blackest Night
online.
My Blackest Night omnibus is bigger than that one.
No. Like buying used books is fine, but if you bought a book of that magnitude, omnibus cost a lot of money. It costs quite a bit. Even if you're buying like cheap ones, like 70, you want them always new. Unless that shit is like either it's in the plastic or it's been barely touched. That needs to be new. That needs to be like, bruh. If that shit is like wrinkled, I'm throwing that book at a homeless man. Gamer, I told you to put a black guy in there and make him a hot, sexy Riz master like me. I can't buy any books right now until my internet bill comes out. I can't purchase anything because I don't know what my internet bill is going to be like this month. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 116, but I'll know how much money I have left over after I pay off my internet bill, and I get paid next week, so things will be pretty good. But yeah, I'll go and read about Nolan and everything. Hey! I'm just everything's fine.
All I know is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have fixed the economy, and now when
everyone's doing great.
When I get my paycheck, I'm still broke. So
everyone's doing great.
Hey, you want to know? Inflation Reduction Act has worked.
Oh God! Apparently,
you want to go ahead.
You're fine.
No, I was just gonna make a quick reference to the college football. You want to know how bad the games are this week? Tennessee is playing Kent State right now. They just entered the third quarter. It is 68-0 with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They're almost up by 70.
How did the UCLA game go? Because I was watching the UCLA game at this Chinese cafe a while ago, like 2 hours ago. They were getting blown out. They were getting blown out, like my wife's asshole. Blown out.
So they weren't getting blown out at all. Is that what you were saying? Because your wife doesn't exist.
Wow, crazy. No, like that's the thing too. Apparently there was this interview, the earnings call that the company that does all the cereals, isn't it called Kellogg's, right? Or Kroger?
Yeah.
Kellogg's, yeah. Apparently they're not like bad off for money. They produce cereals. They're always gonna have money. He has said that apparently there are people that usually would never sweat on their food bill actually sweating now, or they would kind of think about it a lot more than they used to. That's bad. This is terrible.
Yeah. Have you gone to a grocery store recently? The grocery store is like 40% more than it was like a couple of years ago. Like everything.
We were just there, dude, for like packs of meat and like some toothpicks or whatever. That shit was like almost $30.
This is the lie that is constantly being put out there when it comes to the Biden-Harris administration right now, is they keep going, well, inflation is coming down. Well, that's rate of inflation, not overall, because you want to know what? Stuff is still 40% more expensive than it was 3 years ago. The only way for you truly to save people their dollars on their grocery bills is if your rate of inflation comes down to the point where it starts being negative inflation.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
In all honesty, like we could probably use a little deflation at the moment, but then again, deflation isn't exactly the best thing either. I mean, we're just not in we're not in a great place at the moment.
No,
everything's fine. Everything's absolutely fine.
Hey, you want to know what? The sun rose in the morning, birds were out chirping, and that's about the bout of the silver lining I'm going to have on it.
Hey, yo, I always said that, you know when you're in a communist country when people start eating house pets, and here we go. People
Here
are
we go.
unironically starting to eat cats now just to survive.
Do you know
So
what
it's
that
like-
went to? It's every single leftist lie. And keep in mind, when I say this, I know a lot of people that shit me on Twitter. So I'm not saying every liberal or leftist is like the ones that we usually talk about. I can understand that. I don't like to generalize for the most part, but it always goes with a line of thinking from these people. It always goes from, do you guys notice this? Keep in mind, when any narrative pops up, this always happens. It goes from, oh, it's not happening. Oh no, that's not real. Oh my god, are you a cat sis? Are you cat phobic? Or are you like xenophobic? Are you Haitian phobic? Like, bro, it's like 3 different lies.
Like there's literally like a police body cam footage of a woman eating somebody's cat, and then they're going on the news and telling you, "Oh, that never happened. That's Trump's made that whole thing up. I don't even know where this even came from."
Most of the times, it's this whole projection. So some report comes out that doesn't look good for the Democrats. Let's say the first level response is no, that's not happening. That's not true. Second is, oh, that reporting out, yeah, that's fake news. You can't trust it's misinformation. Then it goes, oh, then the next step is, oh, that was just an isolated incident. Then the fourth step is now you turn it on your opponent going, what? This is just a different culture. That's how they are. Are you xenophobic? And you start then attacking the people that are bringing it up. It's a 4-step plan.
Oh, just every single time. It always goes from, oh, it's not happening to, oh, well, you just don't like Haitians. Like, yeah. What? It's
not that I don't like Haitians. It's that I think God doesn't like Haitians because I think their whole country has been smited for like the last 100 years now. But maybe the voodoo has a little something to do with that. Maybe if they cut down on the voodoo, they wouldn't have like so much flood and panic and peril. I think that they're probably bringing a lot of that on themselves.
Probably, yeah. If they would get away from the voodoo, it'd be a little less plaguey. Yeah.
No, same thing with like New Orleans. It's like, every now and then it's like, oh no, another category 5 hurricane. It's like, yeah, you think you learned your lesson by now, but apparently it's like God has to be like, how many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? so.
Every single time you keep having these out of control Mardi Gras, this is what's going to happen. Oh, look at that, another category 5. Oh, look at that, a category 5. Oh,
it's like, oh no, another Katrina. Who could ever see this coming?
Our houses are flooded even though they're below sea level. Oh, wow, they're humanity. It's like, well, you built below sea level, you fucks.
Like, oh no, the levee broke. We didn't consider that, we may flood even though the city's like thousands of miles below sea level.
I just want to point out, what was that really popular author everyone likes? Brandon Sanderson, right?
Who?
Apparently there was a tweet that a person with purple hair made about him saying, well, why is he on Kickstarter? He's already rich and successful. He should just promote other Kickstarters. And it's like, what is wrong with people? Everyone just want free handouts? Doesn't actually want to work for anything?
Yeah, it's because they're communists. Communists expect everyone else to give to them. It's as simple
because
as that.
Communists are lazy SOBs who have it in their mind that, their version of utopia is that the government is just going to give them money to paint and play video games and smoke weed. And that's going to be the zenith of life. It's like, as long as I can sit outside and paint colors and smoke pot and occasionally play a little bit of Madden, that's just the perfect life for me. It's like, I don't have to work anymore. I don't have to worry about money because the government's going to give me money. And then everything will be great as long as we force the entire country to do exactly that. And then whenever someone tries to do exactly that, oh no, people are eating cats and everyone's starving. There's no money and there's no food. It's like, oh no, who could have possibly prevented this?
Yeah.
God, man. Take Brandon Sanderson's name out of your damn mouth. No, someone was he's the person behind the Wheel of Time series. I know that I've not read any of his stuff, but his name was being brought up because there was this one lady that like blasted him on Twitter because she feels like he's not helping out other or she feels like the industry is not giving other smaller authors any like time of the day. But that's not his fault though. Like, what's that got to do with him? He doesn't, man, he just can
nowhere does it say that if you're successful, you must absolutely, with the penalty of death, promote other smaller creators if you are successful.
Yeah.
Nowhere is there anywhere that says that, because you don't see it with any type of entertainment. You don't see that in any kind of other industry. You think Microsoft's out there promoting a rival? No, of course not. They're not going to support and prop up some kind of indie creator that's coming up in the software market that's going to threaten them. Of course not. Now, it's not the same when it comes to authors, because it's not a threat. It's just more art that's out there. But it's the same principle. You're not going to see Walmart out there going and propping up, let's say, if Target's having a down year, going, hey, guys, I know we're having a great year, but our buddies over there at Target are having a bad year, so go out there and support Target. I mean, come on, that does not happen.
Nope. It does not.
Yeah. Does Wendy's promote McDonald's?
Does
No.
Arby's promote Burger King?
Does Arby's promote food? No.
That's an entirely different story,
I was going to
for
go
being
with Taco
honest.
Bell on that one, but
Taco Bell. That was fire.
Man, I tell you, Taco Bell has probably had the biggest fall off in like the last like 5 years out of any of like the fast food joints. Like they fell hard. Like you can go into Taco Bell now. It's like, oh, you want a cheesy gordita crunch? That'll be $7.
Yeah.
Like you are smoking crack. If you think
whoa, no. I'm fried for
a
Futurama.
freaking Taco Supreme is $3.50.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on. On Fry for Futurama, take my money. Yes, take all of it. I don't care. It's Taco Bell. They get whatever they want.
No, the whole point of Taco Bell is that you used to be able to get like $10 worth of
Yeah, I
food that
remember
can
that.
last you a week. And like,
You
that was
see
the
a
whole
Mexican-
id of like Taco Bell.
And you
Remember,
could
you
actually
get
store
the
it
whole,
because it was so full of preservatives and fake food anyway. So you could
Yeah.
you could save it
Yeah.
for that time period frame.
Remember, you used to get the whole Mexican pizzas that were like decently sized. What you use it for a couple of
Yeah.
days. You don't do it anymore. Yep, every
Yeah, they're
business
not
is
like,
a $5
bagel
meal
bites.
now.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
like
yeah,
Wendy's
yeah.
is falling off hard too. Like they used to have great fries and nuggets, but those are both trash now. McDonald's fell off super hard. McDonald's used to have like the best like fries out of anyone when they actually used to cook theirs in like fat rather than just, oh, we're just gonna soak it in grease and make it all thin and dry. And
Cook it
then
in grease. So isn't that what black people do for their hair? I'm just kidding, guys.
Nah, you have to talk to black women about that.
Maybe everybody in the world just needs a bag of Dot's pretzels, and maybe everybody.
No,
will be
Nate, stop being a mark. You don't promote anyone until they pay you.
Oh, okay, so here
We will
was
teach
your
you, Nate. You don't promote anything
This
I-
stream-
until they're being paid to.
This
I just
stream
wanna
is
point
not
out-
this stream is not officially sponsored by Dot's Pretzels. I just
This
like Dot's
lady-
Pretzels.
got mad at Brandon Sanderson, and you can see all the bio stuff right there. Just point it out. She's like, I like Brandon Sanderson's books, but it's disheartening to see him get tens of millions of dollars on his Kickstarters when so many amazing authors I know struggle to get $2,000 on theirs. The money is there, but it's all being funneled into a handful of already rich white guys. It's a free market. Being an author is part of being an open market. The people get to decide what they spend their money on. That's just how that works. That's a business. That's what that is.
Underlying messages is that we need to take away Brandon's Kickstarter and divvy up his earnings to all the smaller creators. Communism.
This person replied to her. I think she blocked him probably. He said, so apparently some leftoid pronouns and bio creature is upset that money is being funneled to Brandon Sanderson instead of her and her friends. I have no words. I have no words that can possibly describe. Just kidding. Oh my God. Oh, he wrote paragraphs. Oh no, I can't read paragraphs. I'm
What
black.
the
I can't
fuck?
read.
That's
Yeah,
much
yeah,
reading
so-
for you.
That's too much reading.
Ooh,
Yeah, she was mad that apparently because Brandon Sanderson runs Kickstarters for some of his books, whatever, and people think that's double dipping. I would just say this: get money wherever you can. That's what I would say. There's no reason why he shouldn't be able to do that. It's an open market. People can just spend their money on whatever they want to. I don't know what's the reason to get mad at.
I don't
Part
know.
of being
If we
an
don't,
author is to get your name out there.
I don't know. If things don't change in November, we may not be in open market that much longer.
What are you talking about? Things are going to be cheaper because of price controls.
Oh yeah.
And you want to know what? As Bernie Sanders has stated before, breadlines are a good thing.
Yeah. Remember back in 2007 when everyone was like, oh my God, Venezuela, they figured it out. How come we can't be more like Venezuela? And then 10 years later, they were arresting people for selling illegal bread to survive.
Imagine me getting life in prison because I sold my copy of Hogwarts Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You'll be arrested for just having it.
Oh, he
Right.
wrote so many lines. He cooked that pronouns weirdo. Oh my God, that is just an absolute wreckage. She should go to the fire department. She just got burned.
Mike says, at least with bread lines, everyone has bread. I think you're missing the point, pal.
I'm just pointing out, if you go to India and they cut up your meat with their big toes, we
don't need to be reminded of that.
I don't. I'm good. Holy shit, man.
I'm trying to remember the lyrics of the song. Song's fucking hilarious. Like,
God, dude,
all the shit that came
fuck.
with it is not.
Mm-hmm.
He's cutting into his meat with his crusty old 10-year-old toenail.
Put your foot in my food. Put your foot in my food. Go.
Put your hand in my food, or and carry on. Putting your feet in my food. Oh my God.
Washing your hand in my food. Washing the hands in my food.
There's bugs in my food. And there's bugs in my food. Oh God.
Go ahead, go do what you like, literally. And then we like psyop the entire world into thinking, oh yeah, no, India has the best food in the entire world. It's so tasty and delicious.
Meanwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Meanwhile, you got like some 20-year-old foot fungus in your food. That you're like, oh, this is amazing. This tastes magically delicious.
It's funny. It's funny. We were talking about wait, what the fuck is this? I swear the shit that people post online. Motherfucker, if you roll down your window and you got that haircut and you're trying to be intimidating, I'm just gonna laugh at you, dude. You look like a clown.
No. You're like
It's always
a straight J-Bron.
It's always some jackass in a Honda too. Like, oh my God.
In a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Riding low.
Yeah, always. Buddy, you are not scary. Like, what are you doing? And if you get out of your car, I might just run you the fuck over. What are you doing? People don't think about that kind of shit, do they? Like, why would you get out of your car in moving traffic?
Because they're not very bright.
What?
Dude, the average person thought if you stood 10 feet away from someone that it wouldn't transmit an airborne virus to you. It's,
actually, it was 6 feet. Thank you very much.
Oh my
gonna find out he just made all that shit up.
Yeah, but if you stand 6 feet away from someone and then put on a plastic mask that doesn't even cover a cough, let alone a viral virus, it's like, oh yeah, we actually bought that for many years. People still bought it to this day. People are still walking around grocery stores wearing those same masks from 2020.
I'm gonna go lay down. Good night. Oh, good night, gamer chick. I'll miss you. Don't think about me too much, actually. Just don't think about me, and just if you do,
I'm pretty sure that'll be difficult for her.
God. Whose side are you on?
I love how we start talking about people cooking cats and dogs in this country, and all of a sudden my fucking Twitter feed is just full of that shit.
Oh yeah. You know that your computer systems and everything's listening to you. Alexa's spying on you. Your phone's spying on you. It's like
totally. Like there's this guy. He's literally cooking this fucking dog in his backyard.
Standards, MSK. I think you more or less haunt her dreams, not be the part of the fantasy guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she says that she has standards, which means that she's definitely not thinking about you.
Oh, fuck, I just lost him. I'm trying to find it again. Like, what is wrong with it? Like, so when did this whole dog and cat thing start? Like, what is going on?
Like I said, it started because there was literally a police body cam video of a woman in Ohio being arrested because she was eating someone's cat. Like, it's all on video, like, verifiably. And then people start saying, yeah, I've noticed that a lot of these people coming in from Haiti have been taking cats off the street and eating them because apparently that's okay over there, but it's not okay over here. Then when that started getting around, it's like, oh, no, the people are coming up with a negative connotation of mass immigration. We have to pretend like all of this is completely false and completely fake.
and it also comes to the fact that during the gang grape of Trump, the 3-on-1 that happened on
the
TV,
3-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah, during that, when he brought that up, the sorority sister of Kamala Harris was quick to jump in, going, nowhere in America is that happening.
Yeah. No, nowhere. Not a single. There's not one shred of video evidence anywhere in this country.
There's no reported cases of that here in America.
My Twitter feed begs to differ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, everyone's Twitter feed is, here's literally a video of someone grilling cats in their grill. Right here, happening right now. Like, this isn't happening anywhere. They're making it all up. And the sad part is that they lie to you right in your face, and they get away with it because they know that they're going to get away with it, because at least 40 to 50% of this country is going to believe anything that they tell them, whether it's true or not, whether it's verifiably true or not, whether you can literally point at a video and be like, nope, there's a guy right there with a cat and he's eating it. It's right there. They're still not going to believe it.
Yeah.
Because they're, like I said, we're in a generation of people who are going to do what they are told, not actually think for themselves.
Okay, I'm just putting out in the group chat. This is not weird. I just have to have this bookmark for later.
What?
Mm-hmm.
This stuff.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I have to assume now that, the Chinese are pretty happy because no one's making cat eating jokes about them anymore. Now it's all the heat's on the Haitians. So it's like they're probably the most happy of everyone else here.
Stereotype not about us no more.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome timeline.
Now nobody realizes that we eat dog too.
Apparently,
dog tastes better. Less gamey than cat. Cat too stringy.
Now nobody can call us up for eating boiled cow vagina.
Well, here's one.
Give me one.
I'm gonna cut the sound. But yeah, these kind of videos are all over my fucking feed right now. Like, what in the fuck is going on?
Okay, so you said to get absolute carnage before you get king and butt monkeys, right?
I would say get the Danny Cates run first. Read all that, because there's shit that goes right into absolute carnage, and then King of Black takes place like right after absolute carnage.
You said get the Donny Cates Venom run first, and then absolute carnage, and then King and inwards, right?
Yes. We stopped saying that. Yeah, like, dude, share this. Like, look at this. This is fucking ridiculous. What are we doing?
No, this isn't happening. This is happening nowhere in the world right now. It's not happening at all.
What is a cat? What are the? You guys better run.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are y'all doing?
Now they look over here looking at their dead homies on the grill, like, what the hell's going on?
And like, oh shit, our brother got cooked.
Hey, it's a Haitian cattle ranch. Anyway,
like, I watched another video recently where a fucking Haitian guy, like a Haitian immigrant, he drove a fucking sedan into a Burger King out there in fucking California. Like, ran over 5 people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you go deep enough into social media, you'll find Haitians literally eating dead bodies in their country, just eating people straight up, and be like, "Oh, they would never eat a cat." Like, let's not be crazy here.
Yeah, it just I don't get what's going on. Apparently MSK hacked my Twitter feed, because now it's just full of women in provocative situations.
No, you must have gotten the MSK Twitter feed.
Did you forget the comment earlier?
I got
MSK doesn't watch porn anymore, so that can't be true.
I don't watch porn anymore. I'm cured.
I mean, I'm not bitching about some of these women. Some of these women are pretty gorgeous.
They're AI.
Yeah, that's most of the thing.
Yeah, they're probably all AI generated.
AI lies.
You can tell because the face always looks like a cartoon character.
I just want a gorgeous woman that's going to take care of me and not cause a bunch of bullshit.
I'll just settle for like a 6 who just doesn't cheat on me and raises my kids. Like,
I'm not saying worship the fucking ground that I walk on, but like, good Lord. I just want
if I can just get a girl to not cheat on me and not raise my kids to be trans, it's like, I'm good with that. I don't think that's a high bar.
Hey, I want a woman that is not perfect, accepts that she's not perfect, accepts I'm not perfect, and is not going to try to change me, and I'm not going to try to change her.
Is it too much to ask for a woman who just looks forward to making you a ham sandwich when you get home after a long day and is actually?
Yeah, I agree.
Is that too much to ask for?
Here, you want to know what, honey? Go just sit on the couch. I will bring you a beer, and I'm going to leave you alone and let you decompress. What's wrong with that? Why can't we have that?
It's like we're not asking for like one of like Leonardo DiCaprio's like 20-year-old supermodels or anything like that. It's like,
isn't he about to get a new girlfriend? Because I think his current one's about to age out.
Oh yeah, she's about to expire. So it's like, but that's the thing though. You always hear like all these women on like social media talk about who's your ideal guy. Oh, he has to be 6'4" and he has to make $582,000 a year, and then he has to have this and that and blah blah blah. It's like then you ask a guy like, what do you want in a woman? It's like, yeah, she doesn't like sleep with my brother. I mean, that's great. I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable.
I'm about to move. I'm about to move to Japan because apparently they need some of us over there.
I hear Korea is trying to get people to go over there because of their low birth weight. And it's like, well, I mean, my first question will be, why is that? Why?
There are some gorgeous fucking Korean women over there, man. Really?
Yeah, you kind of have to be a little bit, do due diligence because a lot of I know like plastic surgery is big in Korea too. So I mean, a girl that may look like a 10 may actually be a 3 because she just marked up her face. So
or has something between the legs.
Oh God! Oh no!
No, that's more of a Thailand problem, not a Korean.
That's a Thailand problem.
Yeah,
that is an epidemic specifically tailored to Thailand.
Yeah,
I don't need anything from a girl as far as like financial or anything. I need a girl that sucks good and is just a decent person. Is that too much to ask for? Yeah,
decent person, emotional support. I'm not saying she has to cook and clean every fucking day, dude. I'm perfectly.
I can do that myself. Yeah. I need to see how low that mouth go. I need to see how good you suck dick first.
If that's all you need a woman for, man, you need to.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna spend time. If we're gonna be together for a while, if she's not good at sex, I gotta throw her out.
If that's all you want out of a woman, just go get a hooker, man.
No, I want to talk to her for some reasons. Like, hey, you want to go play some Yu-Gi-Oh with me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I'm just kidding. I value all women's contributions, not just their mouth.
Yeah, now if we could just like put all their contributions on like a single stage paper, then we can,
I'm just saying, a girl was like, "Yeah, women contribute to society." I'm like, what do? They do hair salons. Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Tyrese is threatening jail time right now because his baby mama wants him to pay like $73,000 a month in child care and child support, and it's like.
That sounds like
that's a month.
That sounds like an older story. Wasn't he dealing with the same thing like a couple? Years
No,
ago?
he's still dealing with it. He literally the judge ordered him like within the last week that he has to pay $73,000 in order to avoid jail time, and his baby mama wants like $73,000 a month for child support, which is what the hell are you feeding that kid?
Well, no, that's the thing that's the reason I might still cover that story. I have it written down on my notepad to do it. That's the reason why dudes aren't going to get married. Imagine that $73,000 a month for just a child. I think it's one kid with her.
It's like trying to find like the right ticket to an arena, right? You have pretty like reasonable like disqualifiers. Be like, okay, I don't want her to have OnlyFans. I don't want her to be a serial cheater. I don't want her to have like several venereal diseases because she had not slept with like 110 guys before she met me. Is that reasonable? Then you press in your little button, you get like, here is 3 results, and it's like, oh, okay, so this is it.
And of that 3 results, 2 of them happen to be a lesbian, and the other one's in a steady relationship already.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, there's no one here for me.
Mm-hmm. And then like the really good girls like already been married for like several years, and you just never had a shot. And it's like, oh, okay, that's great.
I was about to say something, but I'm pretty sure it would go back to you guys would find a way to tie it back to Tiny somehow.
Oh my God.
I would now. I was gonna let that ride.
As I've gotten older, I'm completely aware. I think about a lot of shit that pops into my head before I say it. I'm not like this fucking guy over here who just doesn't have a filter.
Yeah, MSK.
I have a filter.
Do you?
I just changed the filter. I just put in my air filter. Put a new one in today. It filters it all out.
You guys want to
Okay,
see the
this is what I'm
batteries
gonna
that I
do.
put in my smoke detector finally?
Hi, Mindy. How you doing? Yeah, like that's the thing. Why would any guy want to get married nowadays, knowing that basically all that you work for is going to get taken by some bimbo broad? Like, dude, that's not worth it.
Because these men
No.
are marrying the wrong women.
Yeah,
Marrying the wrong women.
that's a big
really
problem.
what it comes down to.
Dude,
I'm
Well,
telling
like I
you,
said, you have a lot of these men who are just driven by lust, so they just think that, oh, if a girl has a fat ass, I need to marry that. Like, and they'll just throw like any other kind of like clear cut warning signs out of the window. Because I'm sorry, I don't buy into like this narrative that, you know, oh, she just changed on a dime, and there was no indication whatsoever that she was going to become like this person. It's like I've seen guys blatantly avoid and disregard clear-cut red flags and warning signs about how a woman is going to operate throughout the course of a relationship, and they just like don't pay attention to it until it's time to get married, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, my life is ruined. It's like, well,
I've been engaged twice, and during the engagement I saw the warning signs and I broke it off.
Yeah, how many times I've been engaged? Zero.
But it's one of those understanding that and paying attention, just keeping an eye out for it and acknowledging it if it's going to be detrimental to a marriage. And that's the reason why both times I'm like, no, I cannot continue this.
Yeah. I mean, at least you never had a girl tell a room full of people that she had her boss like rip open her panties and sniff cocaine off of her butt. Like it was just a part of a normal conversation before.
I've never had that occur.
I've often said if I can bring a woman in my house and she looks at all this nerd paraphernalia in here and goes, "Oh, this is cool," that's all I need to know. That like I
be like, you know, this gives me the ick.
If she said that, I would drag her out the front door and tell her not to come back.
It's hilarious what gives modern women like the ick, as they like to say, because it's like they somehow never get the ick for like drug dealers, serial killers,
I know,
like dudes who beat them. Like they somehow never find the ick with those dudes, but it's always the guy with like, you know, comic books on.
The guy that plays video games. The guy that holds an Xbox controller is not the red flag.
A woman's gonna walk into your place, see your compendiums there, and go, "Oh my god, I'm so wet."
Yeah, like this is the whole argument. Like 2 weeks ago, I think it was like one of those like right wing grifters were talking about how like men who play video games is the ultimate ick and the ultimate red flag. It's like, yeah, I like to see the percentage of men who play video games who beat their women. Yeah. Like I like to see like the correlation between that.
It was going to be my next point. Like, oh, you know, if he goes out, does drugs, drinks, and beats the fuck out of him, oh yeah, that's totally normal.
That's sexy, right?
Heaven forbid they play video games.
Oh, but no, he watches anime and talks about movies and plays video games and has a bunch of comic books. Ick. I can't date that.
Yeah, because I know guys who have like 11 kids by like 6 baby mamas, and you think that at no point did any of those baby mamas think, oh, this guy gives me the ick because he has several kids already from several other different women.
You read Walking Dead comics, you fucking loser.
No. Like, I know that one lady you're talking about, and it came out that stat she was parroting was fake, but she didn't know that. Her point didn't matter about the stat being fake. Her point was to say, if you play video games, you're unattractive. And today I did this post on my Twitter, and I think you guys saw it. There's a reason why this planet is trash. I'm going to show you this right now. And you tell me with a straight face that modern women aren't just disgusting garbage. Tell me that to my face right now after seeing this. And I mean, this is like a natural thing we just talked about. Here, I'll show you this right now. Now, to be fair, it's something bad. I do believe in redemption, but Chad advertises criminal record for beating a woman, receives more than 800 plus matches within first 48 hours on Tinder. And people wonder why no one marries women these days. Are you serious? Here, read some of this shit. Here.
Hold on. Maybe gay men are happier than straight men.
Read some of these. Here, I'll have to scroll over here because it's a little too big right here. I got to ask about this criminal record of yours. I'm intrigued, to say the least. Willing to make an exception for blue eyes. Oh, that's just gay as fuck. Shut up.
Yeah.
You
it's
see
like,
that?
I'm currently on probation for embezzlement and multiple white collar crimes. Oh, that's fine. That means he has money. That's the way that they look at it. And that's literally like how far like the thought process goes, right? Like I'm pretty sure I talked to you with MSK about this. There's this movie out there called It Ends With Us. It was like Blake Lively and whatnot,
Yeah.
and which is funny because they're now beefing about that movie. But the whole context of the film is that that this young girl in her like 20s and 30s or whatever the case may be, goes to this like luxury apartment and meets this guy who literally the second you see him, he kicks down a door, picks up like a chair and like tosses it across the room in frustration and anger. That's the first clear red sign that something's wrong here. But in her mind, it's like, oh, you're a brain surgeon? Oh, that means he's rich. He has money. I like him. And then they just like go through this whole relationship where it's like several instances of like him physically beating the crap out of her. Yet the point that she finally thinks that, okay, I'm going to separate from this guy and never see him again is the point where she's literally in the delivery room giving birth to their child. And that's the moment when she goes, oh, I don't want to be with you anymore. We're breaking up now. Literally right in the delivery room.
Dude, there was a part before when they had that boyfriend beef where he was like, hey, if I'm not the right guy for you, you can leave. And she's like, no, you are. Bruh. After she had just gotten like punched or some shit. Remember? Because they were arguing and he touched the stove that was hot. Like, what the hell?
And then,
like,
but this is like
the whole thing with the child support thing, dude, is like people don't understand there's a reason why dudes don't get married anymore or even want to have that. Why?
Well, the problem is because men look at marriage, especially in this country, and it's like there's no benefit for them getting married anymore because it's like it doesn't matter if you're at fault or if she's at fault. You get married, you have kids. All of a sudden, she just decides that she doesn't want to be with you anymore. So there's divorce. Now you have to pay alimony. Then you have to pay child support. Then you have to sit there with the rest of your life while she's going out with some other dude, bringing other men around your kids. And it's just like they just see a lifelong of suffering that just generally isn't worth it anymore. So people are just like completely separated, and then that perception is why you don't have people together.
And some ex-wives will never get married again, but be in steady relationships, just never and commitments, but never get married, so they still get their alimony.
Yep.
Yeah, even after the alimony thing's over, after your kid turns 18, because I think it just turns off after.
That's
child support.
Yeah, then child support.
Alimony.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
alimony
child support goes until they're 18.
Yeah.
It turns off after 18. But there's like this thing called lifetime alimony. Like, what the fuck is that? So even if you aren't married to that bitch anymore or woman, because there's women that pay lifetime alimony to their husbands. I think if you're a guy and you're living off your ex-wife's lifetime alimony, you are a disgusting, worthless, lazy sack of shit. I would never have my life.
And 3/4, at least here in the United States, 3/4 of the divorces are all caused by women. Like it's going completely the other direction. So it's probably guys who didn't even plan on getting a divorce who just end up finding themselves getting divorced now, and now they have to pay out the butt. So. And you're seeing this with a lot of countries. This one is a good example. I know South Korea, we just mentioned them a while ago, but the reason why they're having a population problem in South Korea is because the men and women are, I think, like politically just in far opposite sides, because the men are becoming more and more conservative and the women are becoming far, far more liberal. And because of that, they're just completely incompatible with one another now, where they're just not getting into relationships at all.
Sounds like America.
Yeah, it does.
Well, speaking of women, speaking of shitting on women and talking about them,
Suppose. Just kidding. Oh no, I know I'm a woman.
Get ready to throw the rocks, boys.
Oh God,
we're gonna treat this like Tyrann and throw rocks at women.
The thing is she one of those real women or one of those manufactured ones that we get told are real women now?
She's one of the ones that
are you AI?
Belt.
Are you AI? What the fuck?
I'm AI.
Oh, you are?
I feel bad because.
Story for us?
Huh?
Could you make up a story for us? You're AI, right?
Make up a story. Jeez. No, I'm not that clever after 2 beers and a week of moving. I'm sorry.
2 beers
Too tired.
and a week of moving.
Week of moving.
Oh,
Where'd you move from?
It's just right around the corner, really. But I moved units.
I'm
dead, beat, tired.
Corner. I hate women. Oh my God. You moved your house? There's a corner down?
Yeah, pretty much. And we had to move all of our office stuff into an office because the jerkwads at Ready Comics denied printing our book because of the Star Wars in the back of G Busters. So it's been like a very, very up and down 2 months.
He said they couldn't print the books because of online hate speech. So
yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Online controversy and suspicion of hate speech against Brian Polito.
Suspicion of hate speech, so no actual receipts, just
Yes, not the legal definition of hate speech, just a suspicion.
Yeah, just speculation and superstition. No receipts to show for, right?
Exactly. So just a bunch of bullshit, really. So, but I feel bad because women do suck, and I'm sorry. Just on behalf of all women, I'm sorry. I think not all of them.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the same. And I'm not going to hold you to the standard, Mindy. It's the whole point. You don't need to apologize for all women. Everyone's their own individual. They need to apologize for themselves. You don't need to apologize for them. We're not going to generalize here. Well, MSK might when he says all women, but I don't generalize.
I give my cousin a lot of credit because he just got married like a year ago. He managed I know. I'm just saying.
Your bed. We've heard about your bed.
Shut up about my bed. Anyway.
Only MSK's beds get talked about around here.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad I have that right now.
Well, I live in the house that they used to live in, so the joke is that I'm sleeping on the bed that they
conceived their child on.
But he managed to find someone that is just really good. He managed to find a diamond in a sea of dog shit, and really, that's all I really want too in terms of a relationship. But I'm so done with dating at this point to where I'm 25 years old, and at this point, I'm perfectly fine with just being cool Uncle Nate if it comes down to it. Just saying.
There's a term that they actually made up, the leftist women made up for other women like me that will tell you that there are women out there that suck.
Really?
And I forget what it's called. I posted about it a couple months ago. There's a degenerate sort of nickname they give for women like me.
Is it TERF? Or is that
no? TERF is something that the transgender would it be transgender
feminists? It's basically someone that if you basically criticize trans people, you're that. That's basically what you are.
If you're a feminist, but you're anti-trans, then you're a TERF.
But now it's been corrupt.
It's basically for women.
Wait, what? You sound kind of weird.
Oh, it's women who think women are women. If you're a woman and you think a biological woman is a woman and nothing else is a woman, then you're a TERF. And the radical trans people say they should kill TERFs.
That's crazy.
I think I first heard that when the whole Hogwarts Legacy situation was going on.
Yeah.
Talking about J.K. Rowling.
There's a lot of that with her.
Yeah, a bunch of weird people with flags and bottles are like, I can't believe all these TERFs are out there supporting video games. But you're not. You're broke. You ain't supporting shit.
Knowing my kind of luck, I would find a girl that I genuinely like, and I would bring her in here, and she'd go, "Oh, this is all really cool." And then, like a couple days later, I'd find out she has an OnlyFans, and then my heart would just die. I don't know what I'd do at that point.
That part I don't understand. That's a definite choice that a woman makes at some point to turn on the camera and do that with her body. I've never been someone that could make that choice. But it is a choice, so it definitely would. I'm not going to say that there isn't redemption or I'm sure there's some really awesome people who are like strippers that would be great, who cares? But that's their choices. But there is a mental process that happens when you decide to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I don't like the idea of my partner, who's supposed to be my partner, selling her body online to men that she's never met.
It's prostitution. It's legalized prostitution, OnlyFans. It really is.
I'm not shaming women that do it. I mean, if that's how you make your money and that's how that's what allows you to live. All right, cool. But
just don't expect, a functioning relationship afterwards. That's your choice.
That doesn't mean that I'm going to be okay with it. Especially if you're with me.
But that's what's happened with radical feminism currently, is that it's convincing a lot of young women to take this route of OnlyFans and completely ignoring the future ramifications of that decision.
Yeah. And again, when you do suffer those consequences for your actions, convince women, no, actually, it's the men's fault because they should be okay with your lifestyle.
Oh yeah, it's totally my fault and my comics. I totally drove all these women to OnlyFans.
Hey, if you have a problem with it, you're probably an incel.
And the other consequence is abortion. I really think that they anticipate poor family planning, I'll call it, for women, and it's a predatory practice. I think abortion is more of a predatory practice than the transgender surgeries, and it's just been packaged in a good for your health, safe for your health thing. It's very corrupt. Like, I remember reading medical journals about 15 or 16 years ago, and it's illegal in other countries at certain points because of this. And I was doing research on it all the time. And it creates a mental instability in women. Suicide rate goes up like 70%. Substance abuse is like a 200% increase. So a lot of these crazy women are actually crazy women. And it's because they had abortions. And the people who get abortions, like 4 out of 5 go back. So they get more abortions. It's basically... sterilization.
Well, it's completely psychological because it's like, I don't know if you know this, but you're not actually supposed to kill your baby in the womb. It's like there's this whole part of like, maturing and nurturing and these traits that get unlocked in the women when they become pregnant and transition in the motherhood. But if you essentially kill your baby halfway in because you don't want the responsibility, and then all of a sudden you just riled up all those hormonal changes like in your body for essentially nothing, and you go back into the world like everything's fine when everything's clearly not fine. And then when you repeat that process over and over again, like some of these women do, because it's not just like they got one abortion one time and then that was it. Like they go back and they get multiple abortions. It literally rewires your entire like brain waves and your entire like line of thinking, and not in a good way.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember where I heard this from, but supposedly too is that they're seeing women that have gotten an abortion or multiple abortions are showing higher signs of cancer. And they believe it has to do with the killing of the unborn child and not letting it go through the natural process. So the body obviously is sitting there preparing for the birth of a child. If you terminate it, it's a sudden stop to it. And a lot of people try to go, well, it's the same thing when you have a miscarriage. No, the miscarriage is still a natural process. So the body's going to properly get rid of and essentially clean itself out with the miscarriage, but with an abortion, that's not a natural process. So
you're the first person I've ever heard say that. I say that all the time. That's been proven to be true with breast cancer. Yep. Because you're the only other person I've ever heard say that. So I'm happy to hear that information circulating and you picking up on that, because that's absolutely true. I don't know about ovarian cancer, but I kind of assume it's the same. But with breasts, you have that growth hormone, and because your boobs are growing when you're pregnant, so it's the continuation of the growth hormone in the breasts. So abortion is linked to breast cancer, absolutely.
Oh, you sound kind of weird.
I think
tonight.
that's more the. I think that was what the report. I think that was what the report was really kind of pushing on. I think it was more of the link of breast cancer to abortion.
Yep. It's predatory, and they prey on economically disadvantaged women, because that's the number one reason women get abortions is because of money. So if they really wanted a solution, they would provide financial services and counseling and stuff like that before resorting to a ultimately botched surgery, that harms the body. But that is probably a reason you guys all see these crazy women walk around nowadays. That's probably a really big reason, to be honest.
Oh, it's almost
so I feel bad for you.
Well, no,
it's almost as if there's a spiritual ramification for murder. I know it's weird, right? It's weird to say that, but it's almost as if there's a spiritual ramification for doing such acts that are unnatural.
In addition to that, come on. I mean, let's see. I can't think of the organization all of a sudden.
Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood.
They must not be that important then.
Almost to the point that no, there's no way Planned Parenthood is predatory in any kind of way. I mean, Margaret Sanger wasn't predatory.
No,
No,
she definitely wasn't trying to eradicate people with color lines or nothing like that.
or
That's
infirm.
completely made
No,
up.
of course not. And
Yep.
yeah, it's just amazing that. Well, and we see this too many times within politics. We see it too much in other things, not just politics, but how much they're just willing to ignore the truths of the past to fit a current narrative.
Well, no, they rewrite the
Right.
truths of the past. They try to convince people, no, actually things were really bad back then, and they're actually better now because we changed it. And then you look at the world and be like, this is better, like this is your utopia.
Yeah.
They really have done a good job at brainwashing women. And I think it's sad because I think women and men are very, very complementary and opposite, and that we were naturally meant to be that way. So when things work out in a harmonious way, it's like heaven. You know, it's the closest thing to heaven you can get on this earth is your family, your loved ones, your marriage, your children.
Women are more emotional and men are more rational, but they need each other. They need to have that balance of emotion and rationale for both of them to work. And that's kind of the way that the natural order of things work. Like you mentioned, we used to complement each other in that. So it's like when a man's being a little too rational or irrational, the woman can be there to be more confident and keep things in light. Same thing with a woman gets too emotional. A man could be a bit more rational to keep her in line too. That's the way that things used to work. But we've convinced people over the last several years that essentially that's a bad thing, because what have we been telling women since the 1950s? Like, oh, the absolute worst thing that can happen to a woman is for her to be barefoot and pregnant at the home while her husband, you know, pays for everything and works hard, and she has to stay at home and take care of the children. Like, don't you know that there's some recessing job out there that you can make money and actually do stuff? You don't need to be at home. Be your own woman. Who's tells you being subservient to a man? And we've just been repeating that lie for like decade after decade after decade after decade. And this is kind of the end result. Like, I know we're seeing now, like, oh, all these women with OnlyFans or all these women with body counts of 115 plus. It's like we've been fast forwarding to this part since quite literally, I would say at least the 1960s.
Yeah.
And this is just the end result of now that endless propaganda to where we are now.
I call it like a horseshoe effect or a slingshot. A slingshot would be better. I think everything in history goes through its phase of radicalism before people snap back. And we're in that phase right now of a radical feminist wave where they really hate men. Yeah, and they don't understand every time, because a marriage takes work, right? And relationships take work. I was just reading this the other day. I love psychology and neuroscience. And most couples break it off in year 7 for a divorce if they make it past like the second year. And then beyond that, it's pretty stable. But every relationship goes through a power struggle in a marriage. And most couples, if they don't make it, this is the reason why, is because they eventually have to figure out who's in control of what, who has power in this task and that task. And it can change because you have kids and you grow and you move and there's different stresses. If you can make it through the power struggle phase, then you enter into the bliss phase, where you've figured out what your partner does and what you do, and then you're just comfortable, and then the rest of your life is happy because you figured it out.
I've not heard it so much as like the slingshot, but I've heard it more as the pendulum swinging one way to the other. And we see it a lot of times. It happens within politics, where we will go to one extreme on one way, it'll get so far, and then all of a sudden it'll start swinging the opposite direction because people are going, yeah, this didn't work. So this extreme leftism that's going on, we're now starting to see the pendulum start to swing the other direction with a lot of groups, not all of them, but a lot more are starting to swing back, going, okay, we went, whoa, this is when gone too far, and now we're going more towards the other side.
Yeah, once people start realizing the consequences of their actions, they'll naturally want to go back to what they were doing before. The question is now is that have we swung the pendulum too far the other way to go back? Because the middle what we considered the middle in 2024 was not what we considered the middle to be in the year 2000, right? Like we've gone so far in the other direction. It's like, can you even push the middle back to where we thought it was in 2000? And even where we thought it was in 2000, it wasn't where it was in like 1964. So it's like, how far back are people like willing to go? And that's kind of been like the problem area for a lot of people, because they'll all admit to a mistake when they start seeing the ramifications of it. They don't really want to push back all the way, right? Because there are some freedoms that they enjoy for a while that they don't truly want to give up, but they're not understanding. It's like those freedoms that you call it is exactly what led to us in this position in the first place.
Yeah.
Yep, and the feminism has totally capitalized and manipulated that power struggle, and that's their main wedge in everybody's relationship. And unfortunately, that's statistically the biggest wedge there is. So it's a hard one to curtail backwards, and women are going to have to come to a little bit of a reckoning. And it doesn't help that we have so much of a sort of fourth industrial revolution going on with, your woman can be an Etsy connoisseur and make like clay figures on Etsy and make a living. And it's really weird. It's a weird time to be alive because jobs are changing. So it's not like what was 10 years ago where the man gets a 9 to 5 and the woman stays at home. That doesn't necessarily even apply anymore, especially with COVID. It's like they kicked everybody out of their jobs and put them in the house. So now everyone has learned they can work from home. So that, I don't know, maybe that'll be a good thing. Maybe that'll be a bad thing, but I'm sure that's why we see a lot of OnlyFans accounts.
Well, you saw what happened as a result too with the work from home aspect is companies want workers coming back to the office and working in office. And now there's the revolt of the people that were remotely working, refusing to go back to the office.
They were like, damn, I actually don't want to go back to work because that's boring as fuck. Lawrence,
I want to go back to office.
He says, I was at work yesterday, but congrats on hitting 600. Thank you, man. Yeah. Keep in mind, I could not have hit this milestone without these cloud chasing worthless pieces of shit, that I have here.
Love you too, buddy.
And that's the other big problem too, especially with women, because we're popularizing all of these like OnlyFans girls to like superstardom. Like I'm sure you guys seen the video a couple days ago where it's like this woman, never heard of her, but apparently she's popular on OnlyFans. And there was a video saying that, oh, look at her. She's made like $67 million on OnlyFans like the last 3 years, right?
That vagina probably looks like a fucking Arby's roast beef sandwich.
But this gives women the idea of like, oh, if I just, record videos of myself, finger banging myself online and get men to buy it and stuff like that, that all of a sudden that, I'll just become a multimillionaire. I could buy my own house and I can retire. I don't have to like do anything anymore. And that's the idea that gets into their head. So they start trying to do that, not realizing that this whole myth of, oh, every woman just goes on OnlyFans because of multimillionaire. It's actually not true.
It's actually not
true. Overwhelming majority of them end up making nothing and then destroying their lives and reputation as a result of doing so.
Yeah, it's like a pyramid scheme kind of thing where the really
like
good
Ponzi
top earners, like the big ones earn the most money. There's like,
and those are the ones who they showcase the most, right?
Yeah, those are the ones that they showcased in all their promotional videos. Like, oh, these are the girls that make millions and millions, so you can do this too. And it's like, there's not enough money by that logic for millions and millions to be invested into every single person. There's just not, not there's always going to be like top 5 earners, and there's always going to be like butt fuck nobodies, actually. But yeah, I have to wrap it up here. I got to go get some stuff done. I'm just tired, and I have to get more content done because I got to, put out content for you guys because I have to entertain you guys.
I do content and stuff.
You got to put up content like you put up the TV on the wall.
I had TV is
no.
Up on the wall.
That's not fair. He puts up content just like he puts up L's. I mean,
hey, no way. He has actually upgraded his room now because I see a little shelf there. It wasn't there.
He's got one shelf.
So it's a better upgrade than what he had several months before. And so it's like, hey, bravo, slow clap.
What are you talking about?
Slow clap.
I prefer my shelves white, just like my women. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was great having Mindy come here. It was great having Mindy come on. She was on her phone. She wasn't even at her computer desk. She's talking to us through a microphone, through a tube of a straw or some shit.
It sounded fine.
It sounded mostly fine. That's okay. So we're not even good enough for her to be at her microphone. She's like, you guys get me on my smartphone.
I don't even have my microphone set up. Otherwise, next time will be better. Sorry.
God, man. You're
I
so
was just
lucky.
I was just on the couch watching this UFC event, and then I heard you guys talking. I decided to jump on in.
No, you were watching the UFC event, and then some chick you were watching got a second vagina on her face, and then you decided to come chat with us afterwards.
Good God. But yeah, Mindy,
That was disgusting.
Anything you got planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
Oh yeah, Dead Sexies live on Kickstarter. Go check it out. It's about it's our first horror book. So, and I will be drawing it, and it's going to be dark, which will be fun. That'll be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. But it's live right now. It's a cheerleader comes back from the dead to seek revenge.
It's your first horror book. That's
That
tagline.
that actually sounds pretty
Horror.
damn. That sounds pretty damn sick. I'm into stuff like that. That's cool.
Are you selling smut on Kickstarter, young lady?
Dude, did you see that not that long ago about where they were all drawing stuff in CG and it was like worse than what we've ever put out there? And all that shit they've given me for like a year or two about putting out smut? That was just ridiculous. Anyways, I won't keep you. But
that's fine.
Yeah, Dead Sexy. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was great. Can we come back? If you have any hot single MILF friends that you want to swing by and let them know that I'm around, just let me know. You know, I can definitely be a great connoisseur of the MILF white ladies.
He has corn rot brain.
Just because you bring different women on the show does not mean that they have hot female friends that are single looking for you.
Wait a minute. How do you know
he's
that?
putting out there is an Angie's List ad for someone to come and hang his TV for him.
Or maybe someone, or maybe if someone can find like a twin size bed for him to lie on.
I have a bed. It's just not visible on the screen.
I thought we discussed.
How do you know I have a twin bed in Ghostbuster sheets? Oh shit! I said Ghostbuster.
He doesn't have a TV
Yeah,
in the box.
His mattress is John Cena. You just can't see it.
John Cena's pecs are his pillows. There
Wait a
you
minute,
go.
John Cena is Goku. He gets to have every privilege and right he ever deserves in life. Good Lord. Yeah. Emerald,
Rocket
what's got
Vegeta
coming up? Shut up.
Absolutely nothing except we're back here on Monday.
Yeah, Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I fire him for the rest of the week. He's like a contractor.
I am a contract worker. I am under contract, and boy, I should have read that contract before I agreed to it. Anyway,
that contract is what's preventing you from saving the city, isn't it?
or if not,
I cannot. That kind of goes under an NDA. So
I could neither confirm nor deny. But the fact I'm not denying it means it's probably true.
He secretly, Drunken Emerald has secretly endorsed Kamala Harris behind closed doors. I know he's a big Kamala fan.
Mouth.
I cannot confirm nor can I deny that
the
city
cackling
is on fire right now.
The cackling just turns me on so hard, man.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Hey, just the cackling is just what gets me hard, man. Just love it. Just gets me going.
Hey, I think I'm prophetic. I had a dream that Kamala served me Indian food, and then I found out that she was Indian.
Was she cutting the meat up with her toenails?
No.
Go ahead.
All right. God damn. Okay. Wow. If Kamala Harris, dude, I saw this AI meme of her wearing like lingerie, half naked, bent over, her ass hanging out.
Oh, there's a video out there that's quite humorous of Kamala Harris making Thanksgiving, the Haitian style Thanksgiving dinner, and she's making cat stock. And yeah, I gotta find it.
Oh.
Have you seen the one where she's at a grill and she looks really angry? She's got a fork and a plate in her hand and she's yelling at Trump because he's running away with a bunch of cats underneath his arms.
If any conservative out there votes for Kamala Harris because you don't like Trump, you're trash. Just putting it out there. That makes no sense logically. But society, what you got planned coming up aside being black?
No, that's all I got coming up. I don't got nothing else. No, so tomorrow we're going to complete our Islam series, exposing the religion of Islam. We're going to answer the question, is Allah really Satan? So that's going to be episode 61 tomorrow. Tuesday, we got the Barroom podcast coming up. Probably not going to do any Friday Night Movie Club this week because all the movies kind of stink. But maybe in 2 weeks we'll come back and do another episode of that. So, yeah, that's all I have coming up. Bounding into comics, so I'll have some reviews up. I have some reviews already up there on the site if you guys want to check that out over there. So that's pretty much all. Say again.
So, Michael, how you doing, man? I got plans for being black. That's what I got coming up. That's crazy. All right.
I mean, just real quick, plans on being black. I literally on the way here stopped at and this is gonna sound like the blackest thing like in the world. Like I was at a Wingstop in Atlanta picking up food. And let's just put it this way: black women are not beating the allegations, and I'll just leave it at that.
They don't, dude. Black women. I saw a few of them outside when I went to the supermarket. They are just disgusting trash.
It's like whatever one gets loud, you just know something's gonna pop off, and I'm just sitting there like, oh god, please just give me.
They all sound like cackling monkeys from Planet.
You're just like, oh my god, give me the gun right now.
Hey, I'm saying this right now. Amanda Stenberg from Acolyte, she always has a feature and acting in that franchise, Planet of the Apes. They always looking for more monkeys.
Nah, she's busy looking like Rosie Perez from
she's
Do the Right
She's
Thing.
not bad looking. She's just a fucking idiot. That's the problem.
Even though she was like racist and Nazis, didn't this lady put out an MGK diss track against the fans for discourse?
Yeah. After like episode 3 of the series, like she didn't even wait till like the series to be over. Like she dropped the diss track on the fans like mid-season.
It's never happened. And leave it to a black woman to drop a diss track on the fans. I've never seen it happen ever. That's crazy.
It's kind of hard to believe that she used to be Rue in the Hunger Games. I feel like another part of my childhood just got ruined.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh man,
all right,
Nate, that is messed up.
What you got?
Yeah.
Oh, she was Rue on the Hunger Games.
Yeah, that's her.
I didn't know that.
She was the little black girl in the Hunger
Little
Games. And she hasn't been in a good movie since.
Yeah.
The peak of her career was when she was 8.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And I mean, we all remember that Hunger Games was the first time they ever put a female as a lead hero in the movie ever.
Yes, that's why she's retarded. She talked to Jennifer Lawrence. Oh my, it makes sense now.
I remember that. Oh my god, it just everybody was face palming on the internet when she said that shit. It's like, bitch, what? What did you just say?
Well, this is the same woman who blamed the election on hurricanes. So
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do I got coming up? So both of my channels are going through kind of a revamp right now. I'm working on some banner art for the gaming channel. I'm also doing kind of a low-key purge of it too, because I think I'm gonna start diving into D&D content a little more. I'm gonna start making videos on, you know, the different characters and monsters throughout the multiverse and just talking about, you know, how it's evolved over the years. The movie channel, I'm working on some new banner art for it too, new profile pic, but I think I'm gonna push it off to the side until the start of 2025. Just because, I mean, I haven't done anything with it in 2024, so kind of, you know, trying to pick it back up, not even like, you know, halfway through the year. It's kind of hard. So, but yeah, that's really all that's going on with me, man. Hopefully it works out. If not, oh well, I got you guys.
Yeah, Emily also said she has plans for being black. Being black. Oh my god.
Oh my god, what is this? What?
Okay.
Society, please tell me you got a funny video to leave us off on.
Yeah, we have to close with this because I have no idea what this is. But let me put that back away, then play this one.
Okay.
This is...
As we head out, just want to say thank you guys for coming by for the show. We are on our journey to hit 700 episodes, but the ultimate milestone is to hit 1,000. But that's gonna be much later on. Definitely when I start doing the massive sprints of one-on-ones again, the episodes will pile up. But just want to say, you know, thank every single person that's helped me get to this milestone, and I will definitely be giving you guys more clout as the years go by.
You thinking about doing like an 8-hour stream or something like that once you hit a specific milestone?
No, I hate even being next to any of you. I truly hate all of you.
Hellhound was expecting a 24-hour stream for 600. I told him. I told him it was. I told him it was a 24-hour stream condensed in 2 hours.
I've already promised Michael, WZ, and Walter an 8-hour D&D stream once we hit like episode 10. So
8-hour D&D stream. You better be doing it on a Saturday. I'll take all your clout.
I've played D&D for almost 12 hours one time, man. 8 hours is nothing.
Yeah, the most we've ever done on here for the show was when it was on Rumble for my birthday. That was 6.5 hours, and the Halloween stream was also like almost 5 hours. We don't usually do streams that long anymore because back then the reason why when we made the Nightwing podcast, the reason why the streams were longer is because we were still at home jerking off. You know,
together like gaming.
No,
Strahd torturing my players for 8 hours. That's gonna be fun.
God, but yeah, I have plans to do longer streams. I want to do just not a podcast or anything. I want to do a stream where people come in and we brainstorm ideas for like evergreen content. You know, it's going to be a series called Quality, Not Quantity, planning to do evergreen content. That's a series I want to start doing eventually. That's kind of like on my mind at the moment. But yeah, nothing else for me is happening anytime soon. As you guys know, the Cloud9 podcast is getting uploaded to Rumble. All the seasons, currently uploading season 4. The Iron Man and Cloud9 podcast new episodes are getting uploaded to the podcast platforms. So if you can't listen and watch the show live, you can watch and listen to the show on your favorite podcasting platform of your choice. And consistent content is dropping. I'm gonna make an effort on doing like at least maybe 2 videos a day for this channel and about 3 videos a week for my comic channel, and then I'm gonna work on getting the Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon channels built up there, or whatever I'm gonna do with that 4th channel. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something with Pokemon related. So, yeah, just want to say thank you to every single person that came out tonight, watched the show. Always catch the replay. People are like, I didn't watch live, guys. It's just watch the replay. It's the same shit. Okay, just fucking hit the play button and watch and give me your fucking clap. So yes. We'll be back here tomorrow with the Cloud9 podcast talking about the LCK 2024 Gauntlet, and we'll do the Iron Man podcast doing an open spoiler discussion for Gooding the Polymath. So, yes,
that's Society Plays video.
Yeah, before we run out of here.
Oh yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Iron Man podcast.